Hi, welcome to my tube. My name is Marge. I'm a male empath, and I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. You like my shirt? It says as a computer professional, I find your faith in technology amusing. Yeah. People think it's like a light bulb. Computers are like light bulbs. You turn it on, you flip the switch, and everything does what you think it's gonna do. Because that's reality, right? How people's minds are expanding and changing. I was just replying to a comment that Changing Stone had written on one of my freaking videos, and he's talking about my brother. Now, we're living in the age of narcissism and all that stuff, and I'm here to tell people learn how to read energy. So you can walk into a room and tell who you're dealing with by, how they feel, the labels and brands that they're wearing, stuff like that, car they drive, their name, if they've changed their name, kind of cologne they wear, all the way down to their shoelaces, if you really want to get that technical, because people are deliberate and they go with what they like. And, not most of the world doesn't really like living outside the box. But some of us are like, what fucking box? We don't see that. People keep talking about a stupid box. What box? So I was thinking about that, and I was like, his attitude is, and I know he's a dime a dozen, So his storyline, military, he's been in the guard on and off because they can take leaves of absence and go here and do whatever they want, and it still counts. And if you're a good old boy, you can. There's loopholes and ways around things and, and all that stuff, right? I've seen it my whole entire life. I've never been a part of it or welcome to it, but I've seen the advantages of it. Maybe they should have made me more welcome to it. Maybe I wouldn't be running my mouth about all this crap that I've seen, but you know what? I'm just a witness. I'm just a spectator, telling my story of things I've seen. So his attitude in life was, I'm going to torment you. Now, he was also a witness to me when I was abused by some children sexually, some neighbor kids. It's probably 3-4 years old. And he's the guy, be quiet. Don't tell anyone. We don't want anyone to get in trouble. Never mind me. Never mind me. But he didn't want strangers to get in trouble. And it's been like that my whole entire life. So as we grow up, I was in a 12-step program, and in 2003 I was to making my amends. So he came out to Omaha, and he wanted to go take a drive. It was a 9-hour, 10-hour drive one way to the birthplace of Ronald Reagan in Dixon, Illinois. Yeah, these are his programs. These are what he's in alignment with. He's poli-sci major, teacher at one point until decided he didn't like that. Then he was a programmer for the state of California. Then he didn't like that, and then he decided, since his practice marriage didn't work out, he'd be a lawyer. So now he's a lawyer high in government. So these guys, they're a dime a dozen, because how many how many guys have done all these things? A lot, because they all hang out together. They all run the same groups. They're all in high government places. So I have a brother who has the mentality of teaching people lessons without helping them. And he ain't never been through shit. I was telling Mom the other day, I'm like, all the horrific things that I'm like, he wasn't around. He wasn't around when I was picking Mom up off the balcony trying to help her, and she got kicked off. He was hiding under the bed. He was always scared. I was always the fighter. He was never around. So he didn't have to go through this stuff, So then he gets to grow up and he's like, to complain about his childhood. He didn't experience the same stuff I did. He just gets to reap the benefits of it because he found a woman to soothe his woes. They have a beautiful life and, running water. And he just tells me to just figure it out. He could have helped me 2 or 3 years ago. He couldn't. He didn't even finish what he started, because he's a good-looking guy and good-looking. They do what they want. They wear pocket scarves, tin. He said that he won't buy he won't ever spend money on expensive suits and things like that. But I don't know. He used to say that he wouldn't do a lot of things that he's done. So then now he has a stepdaughter, right? And he treats his stepdaughter, and he tells me I treat her the same way. Mom said she used to always say, giving us a hard time. Stop giving her hard. Just people fucking giving you shit, man. People giving you shit. You're just trying to live your life, new, and people come along and freaking give you shit because they're low vibrational beings, because they feel terrible about themselves, so they want everyone else to feel bad about them. It's like elementary, but and that's why I often talk about children. You know who people are. They're the same as they were as they play on the playground. The Nellie Olson grows up to be the fucking trolly Nellie Olson. Little bitch grows up to be the little bitch. He just could be in the body of a 6'4" man that bullies people or becomes a cop or whatever. Everybody knows who they are. They're all over the place. The control, if there is 50% of the population have 51% of the heart space that you care more about other people than yourself, the world would be entirely different. But it's not. So this is the world we get. We get the world where money matters more, and ass wipe, toilet paper matters more than other people, and all this stuff. And more of people are going to slip through the cracks. And the cracks are going to get wider and bigger because people don't want to live in the made-up society that a bunch of narcissist assholes like my brother have created. They don't. It's funny, and he's like, yeah, I treat Alexis just like I did. I want, because whatever she comes along with in life, she'll be able to handle because of what you're training, your programming, But the thing is girls rebel. Girls rebel. So we'll see how that turns out for you, yeah. So he. And that's what people like to do. They like, and that's the thing is, I don't bother people. I mind my own business. They fucking come into my own personal area. I do everything I can to shut, and they, and then get all offended if I'm like, get the fuck out of my area. What the fuck? This ain't your area too. You got your area in my area too. You selfish. It's all that stuff. It's going away, man. So yeah. So for all you guys that have been, making it hard for people just because you can. Remember this, because you hear this a lot. Use this, because we get tells about how people are all the time. And for people that tell me that I'm too much, all I hear is I'm not enough. You are more than I am, and I'm not enough, and I'll never measure up to what and who I think you are. So I'm just gonna put us in different categories, but we're all the same and we're all connected. Everybody can vibe higher. Everybody has a choice of what they watch, but they'd rather watch football. Same thing, year after year. This, back and forth. Doesn't matter what sport they're playing. Could be on basketball, could be football, not much in baseball because it's boring as fuck, but they're still doing the NFL draft. I did a video on that not too long ago about the money wasted in the NFL. We all could just freaking have enough money to pay our mortgage, buy food every month. We could. But there's people that like to make examples out of people. But the funny thing is those people, they pay themselves so much that they don't live by example. And that we need an environment, a structure that is run by people that live by example. Not do as I say. All that patriarchal bullshit. Don't you know who I am? Yeah, and I don't fucking like you, and I don't give a shit. You're a piece of shit. All that misogynistic, freaking toxic masculinity, Maybe if men came into their power and their balance of their femininity, they wouldn't need so many fucking boner pills. Yeah, maybe you could actually please a woman because you're a credible human being and you're a solid man that has thoughts and ideas, and that's stimulating in itself. But no, men have not become that. So they need boner pills, a whole lot of them. And what kind of chicks want to be with the dude that needs a boner pill? Oh wait, yeah, banger girls love love that, Thank God for all the women, right, with all the freaking daddy issues and stuff. They could end up like me. I don't have any daddy issues. I just don't like the guy. He's just more of the same. I just teach people, like, yeah, no, you can hang out with that, but these are like the results of a lifetime of living in an environment of that mentality, and it's not fun. There's freer ways to live, and people are figuring that out. I have a lot of ideas of how I like to see the world, what I like it to become. I don't know if I'm going to see it that way, but I'll be damned if I'm going to spend my existence. It was kind of cool. I love that show. What's it? Oh my god, my mind just totally went blank. Better Things. I'm rewatching it again right now, like, and and the middle daughter had her quinceañera, and she wore a suit, like a wool suit, like, you know, they were in the 30s or 40s or something like that. And I'm like, I wore suits, like, I used to go when I was in the 80s. I in freaking Podunk Hicktown, I'd go to the thrift stores and buy freaking polyester suits and stuff like that. I'd sport them to, like, the Plumbers Hall in shows where local bands would play and stuff like that, you know. I did the same thing. It's that heart space, you know. We're all just trying to figure out. We're all just different parts of the mirror on the same disco ball, you know. What are you going to reflect? Something high vibrational, low vibrational, you know. Yeah, it's cool. I get everybody gets hurt when they're a kid. The thing is you got to resolve that pain. You got to not let that pain rule your life. You know, you got to get past it and get through it and rise above it. And a lot of people are doing that right now. They're rising above their pain right now, and it's a beautiful thing to see. And they're going to be able to live a joyful, free life. You know, and doesn't mean just because we're born with family in this incarnation doesn't mean they're gonna last throughout the whole life. And I had to decide what was good for me. And I'm done with male toxic masculinity. I have no room for it in my life. So anything that reeks of it in women too, take care. Including myself. You know, I recognize the vibration of male toxic masculinity within myself. The parts of me that were hurt. You know, the wound, you know, I have Chiron and Aries in my 10th house. I know all about it. The wounded warrior and all that. The healed, you know, but I'm healing. So I ain't gonna stuck in that low vibe. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.